looks.
Yes, you are. Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
Baby girls.
At last it came out.
Yes.
I was pregnant for like 2 years or something.
And congratulations on the Oscar also.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very much so. Now, I want to talk about Sinbad because Meredith has not been able to be quiet about this one. She loves this so much, and I think kids and adults are going to really, really like it.
Yeah.
Talking about your character, she reminds you of growing up with all those boys, didn't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tough girl.
If you can't beat them, join them. You know,
Absolutely.
and I have great brothers, and we were very close growing up. And you know, I was never really a tomboy because I liked the girly things too much. But I had to, you know, get down and get some mud on my knees, and I can hold my own too.
Yeah, Marina, your character, she can also.
Yeah, I didn't throw rocks that size at my brothers, though. But
See, that's why my daughter loved your character, because she's a powerful woman, and it was great.
it's nice to see.
It's
you
wonderful
know,
to see.
especially in animation, where it's usually the princesses are in a tower locked away, the damsels in distress. But it's just all those wonderful elements that we all have as women to see in the character is good
Absolutely.
for women and children and teenagers alike.
But Lily also loved your character, Michelle, who's the evil goddess of chaos. And,
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you did this animated film, because I've read that you don't like your voice at all.
No, I don't.
Why? What's the matter with your
I'm
voice?
always surprised when they call me to do something like this. I don't know. I think most people don't like the sound of their own voice. I don't know. A lot of people I know don't.
Yeah.
It just sounds so much different in your head than the way it comes out.
So then was it hard to take on this role? Because it's all your
Well,
voice.
I've done, I mean, I've sort of gotten used to the fact that I don't like my voice because I hear it so much in the work that I do. But it is harder when you're not, when that's all there is.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's nothing else to sort of divert your attention.
Catherine, what was it like working with Brad Pitt? Were you ever in the same room?
No. No. I saw him like at the Golden Globes party or something, and I said, well, we've done a movie together. Yes, we have. Nice to meet you. But he's a great guy, and I would like to do another movie with him. But same with Michelle. Me and Michelle.
We just met today.
This morning.
Oh, my gosh. That's wild.
Let's have a party. Yeah. And the same as Joseph. It's bizarre. It's an amazing
So when you're doing your role, you're just doing your lines? You never hear another voice to play off of it?
They give an actor, you know, in the room. 'Cause I've done the animated voice in New York, in LA. I've done it in Europe, and usually a local actor will come in and read. But
read
it's,
their lines.
you know, it's certainly not the way that Brad was going to be doing it. So it's really quite singular. It's an amazing
But is
process.
that why, Michelle, you said in one of your interviews that this kind of thing is unsettling as well as liberating at the same time? Is that what you're talking about, liberating your alone?
Well, it's liberating in that it's you can because it is so technical. You can just keep doing it till you feel satisfied with it. But
That
it's
could be long. for
and
some
yet
people.
it's such a kind of, it's sort of all done by committee really, and this soundproof booth, and you can't really see in, and you're kind of alone on the stage, and there's 20 of them, and they're having this conference, and you do a take, and you sort of look to see, oh, was it good, and it doesn't get to you, and minutes kind of tick by, and they haven't said anything to you, so it can play with your ego a bit.
Yeah. Do you say to them, did I do it wrong? Did you ever say that? Like, you
Well,
know.
I actually tried to get fired at one point.
Did you? Tell us about it.
And I think I was just sort of preempting getting fired. But, unbeknownst to me, they hadn't quite worked out my character when they hired me. And so I went in and I recorded it. And then a year later, I went back in and redid the whole thing. And then a year later, I went back in and redid the whole thing. And after the third time, I thought, I'm just really bad. And they're too nice to fire me. So I called Jeffrey and I said, you know, if you've cast the wrong actress, you really can fire me. It's okay. I won't hold it against you. No. Anyway, finally, the fourth time, when I realized, and then I realized, you know, they really didn't know what they were talking about. They really weren't being nice. They didn't.
Wow. So
And I was a pawn. It was
It
That's right.
happens over so many years that they changed, you know, they changed direction, you know, their added scenes and just the scene just took a different direction. So I went in there. Don't feel bad. I went in there loads of times, and I did it loads of times too.
The tragic life that you I know. The trouble that they have. Let's talk about something that you have in common with a whole lot of the women out there. Kids. First thing I asked you both were about the children. We'll start with Karis and Dylan. How's Dylan dealing with his baby sister right now?
So much better than I thought.
Is
I
it
was
really?
worried. 'Cause I kept saying to him, do you want a brother or sister? No, thank you, Mama. No, thank you.
He's a little smart. He's a sweet.
He's smart. And then we brought a little toy back from the hospital with Karis. A friend of ours said that's a really good idea. Loves her.
Yeah.
Anyone who brings us in the Thomas the Tank Engine is in his good book. And he's being great. He's very gentle. He wants to be in the crib and up on the change table and takes baths. In the bathtub. He starts like going back and forth. He says, "Mommy, I'm making waves," and my daughter's like, "No, get her out." But it's good to get them together, you know. So they, and he's very proud of his sister. Yeah, his sister.
And you have two beautiful children, Claudia Rose and Henry, with your husband David Kelly. But I remember you talking once about when you guys first met, it was a blind date, and you almost never had a second date. Is that true? So it's a miracle you two are married.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's and I think it's because Claudia was there with us. And I think she somehow managed to not allow me to mess it up. So, yeah, I really believe that she brought us together.
Why did you even have a second date if the first one was so bad?
Well, the first one, well, I don't know, actually. You know, we kind of talked on the phone, and I think we're both sort of shy, and I think it sort of was a good buffer, and it allowed us to really talk, because basically that's what happened. The first date, we just didn't talk. And he talked to my sister, actually. They were chatting each other. I thought maybe I should fix them up. But, and I was chatting with his best friend. Anyway, and I think over the phone we got to know each other, and
Did
then
your sister and the best friend ever get together?
No, no.
See, now that would have been a perfect story, but I got perfection. They're not going anywhere. Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michelle Pfeiffer are sticking around. We'll be right back.
That was a clip from the film Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, and we're back with Michelle Pfeiffer and Catherine Zeta-Jones, and that was your character we just saw, Michelle.
That was my
Your
character.
voice is great. I don't understand what problem you have with your voice, but you also don't like to be photographed. You don't like to look at your own movies. You guys live in a little closet.
Yeah, actually.
Why can't you stand looking at yourself? You're good looking. Everybody says you're good.
Oh, you know, I'm kind of critical, and that's just it. I mean, I love the process. I love acting. But I don't like when I have to actually, you know, judge it and critique it, and so it's best if I never see my work.
A lot of actors are like that. They just don't want to see it. Are you like that too, Catherine?
Not really. No, I see things. Yeah. You have to go to the premieres. You have to. So I always say, well, man, I better know what I'm going to go and see, you know. I know.
When you saw yourself in Chicago, Catherine, did you say, "Wow, I'm good"? Did you say that?
No, I was pregnant. I was going, wow, I was thin. Talking about that, like, whoa, I can't even walk up the stairs now.
I'm such a pepper. That premiere night, you look stunningly gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, Miss, I won the
It
Oscar.
was weird, though, because as I was getting less mobile, I seemed to be dancing faster on the stage, on the street. It was like quite bizarre.
So, okay, we know that you won the Oscar for Chicago. Michael has two, your husband, Michael Douglas, in case you're living under a rock. What do you do with the 3 Oscars? Where are they?
They're separated at birth. They're separated. I took mine to Bermuda. I said, you've got 2 in New York, so we did put mine in between in the cabinet.
That looks kind
I
of
take it you live in Bermuda. You didn't just leave it in Bermuda.
So we're going to let on the beach. Goodbye, my darling. No, we have a house in Bermuda, so he's there. But my husband got a little jealous of old Oscar. I seem to be schlepping it around a lot. See? He was like, please don't drop that bag. I got my Oscar. So I had to go and take it to New York to show my friends there, and I took it back to Bermuda, where it's now living happily.
And happily at the beach.
Michelle, I want to ask you something, because you've done over 30 films, and you've been nominated for 3 Oscars. Yes. And you played opposite, really, some of the sexy actors, and we want to know this. This is a girl thing, you know, and you're just going to have to answer it. Okay? You got Robert Redford, Al Pacino, George Clooney, Bruce Willis, Harrison Ford, and now Brad Pitt. Now, if you had to do the love scene over again, someone had a gun to your head, who would you pick to do it with?
Well, it would have to be Brad, because I never really touched him.
I don't know who I could ever pick.
Yeah.
George Clooney. Susan.
Along those lines, you never had a scene with your husband in Traffic. So if you guys did a film together, and in the same room at the same time, what would it be?
I would like it to be a remake of War of the Roses. Great. But who wants to see me kissing my husband on the screen?
Yeah.
I'm sure. You know, it's like people go, oh, then it's like, it's something weird that happens. It becomes like voyeuristic.
Yeah.
It's like you're prying into personal life, I think, and I never get it. So we found a script actually called Monkey Face. I think the title says it all. That is a great relationship for both of us to be in a movie together. So it's kind of confrontational, attractive kind of storyline. So it's we're looking forward to doing that. That's the end of the year. So
Oh, you're going to start shooting at the end of the year?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Would you ever do anything with your husband? I mean, he's produced so many wonderful shows.
I would, and I would be lucky to do something with him, because he writes for women like nobody.
Yes, indeed.
But, you know, it's dangerous territory, and
Working, you mean, with a
yeah, and I love so much being able to come home, and no matter how wrong I've been all day, that he's on my side, because he hears my side of it. And I think I sort of love keeping that line really clear, and because I've sort of done that with other people, and it's never been really good. So.
oh my God, I mean,
Don't worry. I got a little birdie told me that you really want to do, of all things, a Vegas show.
who told you that?
Uncle Marty told me. Marty Richards, he produced you for Chicago.
Yeah.
Is it true, or was he faking?
No, it's true. It's I'm a frustrated lounge act. You know?
I want it back. Michelle's mortified.
No, but I thought Celine's show is fantastic.
Yes.
It really is. But I like to do a bit tackier than that. I like to go back to old 70s Vegas, you know.
You two should team up because you did the Vegas boys.
That's true.
We can do the sequel,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
I don't know where I'd be.
We could do backup. Girls, backup singers, the view.
We might get a chance to sing.
That's when you hang it up. Well, good. We'll see you guys in Vegas next then, all right? Until then, enjoy Sinbad. Our thanks to Michelle Pfeiffer and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Sinbad, Legend of the